Because without character, however brilliant you are, your performance will be absolutely nothing. I was reviewing the Cctv footage of Utumishi Academy, and I felt very sad. I even struggled to sleep because we could see the kids who are coming to light the fire. It's very brilliant kids. Some who are got the best because that's a high school, that's a national school. But for them to just get paraffin and a matchbox and burn a dormitory, really consciously seeing their colleagues sleeping there and walk out and leave them to die, that is something, that is the most demonic thing I saw myself and I have seen. And I must say this, that as children and as students, as teenagers, because most of you are teenagers, you need to know that it is not enough to be brilliant. It is important to have the right character, to have the attitude of learning, to have the necessary skills that you need to navigate life. Don't only focus on, I must pass my exams. You must ask yourself, where is the place of character and discipline in your life? And if you are a disciplined child, you will ensure that you avoid drugs, you avoid alcohol abuse. We are struggling in some of our education institutions, some of the high schools. You ask a teacher outrightly, you ask the teacher, kuna drugs hapa na nini? And some of the teachers are just confessing kwamba kuna wanafunzi hapa wanatumia bangi, wanafanya hivi, wanafanya vile. I want to encourage students here that it is dangerous in your life to be introduced to certain behaviors, alcohol, drugs, smoking at this age and time. And it is not even the right path. Be busy with sports. Where do you get time to do such things? When I saw the praise and worship team pray here, and I was like, this is the character being molded for better students in future. When I saw the music team, the band, I was very proud of them. Some of you should be playing football, athletics, chess, table tennis, and other sports. Where do you get the time to engage yourself in unbecoming behavior? His Excellency the President announced this year that drugs and alcohol abuse. And therefore, under our ministry, the NACADA has established a theme which is protecting our future, making a drug-free choices in schools and beyond. And I want to say here that all of you, I want to encourage you to make a drug-free choices so that you are not involving yourself in drugs. Let me also say this. I appreciate the teachers. Teachers are the mentors of these children when they are in school. And it's not just what the teacher says. It is also what the teacher I will follow what you do instead of what you tell me. I want to encourage all the teachers here. I saw some of your colleagues when they were blamed for not taking action in Utumishi Academy. That is for parents. No. A teacher is a calling. I used to teach. I taught for 5 years in the university. Teaching is a calling. No amount of... A teacher is a parent for these children. When you choose to teach, it's not just for salary. It's because you have decided that you want to be in the space that will contribute to the growth of the children of this nation. So I want to encourage our teachers that please be an example in deed and in your words. Let's not have our teachers being seen by students drunk and disorderly. Lewa na kuje darasa ama lewa anaanguka mtaro nao watoto wanaona, it becomes a very bad example. We want the teachers to be a good example. When you are a teacher in class and you tell a student in class, wewe mtoto wewe unakaa mjinga sana, Eh? Ni kama hata wewe una future kabisa. Wewe utaanguka uweze ona huko mbele. You have completely. So speak positive things to our children. Mentor them. You know, sometimes I have said what I needed to say about presence of parents. But not all parents are blessed. Some parents cannot even have transport to come to school. You know? Some parents are sacrificing. They have gone to Qatar or other countries, work abroad, so that their children can go to school. And they are gladly giving you their children and saying, walimu wa shule ya Kipsigis girls watakuwa wazazi ya huyo mtoto. Please, as teachers, take that responsibility positively. Let us build these children to grow. Let us inculcate in them a good character. And let's go beyond the calling of duty and make sure that we have good relationship with our teachers, with our children. Let me say, Madam Principal, one of the things we established from Utumishi Academy is that some of the teachers took the information that came from the students for granted. You know, some very good children here know what is going on in the dormitory and other places. And they are willing to give you the information. They just need to know how that information can reach you quietly without them being exposed. And so I want to encourage teachers, build good networks and relationship with your students so that you can get feedback about what's coming in the school. There are no drugs that are sold in any school that the students don't know. There is no strike that is planned that a good number of students don't know. And good students are willing to give that information. Let us make our schools a safe place for the good students to find a way of giving information to the administration and ensure that there is no distance between the children and the administration. Let's use suggestion boxes. I went to one of the schools the other day and they just asked in school, how many students here smoke? Then the students were given papers to write. And everybody wrote about 10 students. They cannot be wrong. You know, they cannot be wrong. And I want to tell you students, be your sister's keeper. Be your sister's keeper. I know, and I suspect the DCI will release he was planning to see whether he can share with the public the CCTV camera from Utumishi. It's very sad. You know, it's very sad if all these parents see, especially the parents who lost their 16 children, that somebody somewhere didn't do anything about the impending burning of the dormitory, and they had information, and then there's 16 of their colleagues died. How will you feel? That's why I want to encourage these girls. If you hear one of 2 or 3 of you want to do something wrong, please don't keep quiet. You will regret. You will live the rest of your life with regret that I wish I shared this information because I would have saved the life of a child. Let us be our own sisters' keepers. Let's be careful in the things we do together. I must also insist that, Madam Principal, the safety of this school is very important. Let's not wait for the ministry officials to come and inspect whether the dormitories are safe or the classes are safe. We must take proactive steps ourselves as the principal and the board of management. Let us take proactive steps to ensure that our dormitories are not congested. They have proper exit and emergency doors. We make sure that this place is properly covered with CCTV cameras. Today we are very proud that not just, I'm not saying very proud, but I'm just saying we are very happy with schools that have good technology, because that technology has helped to avert many problems. And I was asking myself, and this is the question I asked myself, and I'm sorry for using Utumishi Academy many times, girls. I was asking myself, if the CCTV cameras that had been installed in the dormitories in Utumishi Academy, if they had a control room where the watchman is not sitting at the gate, but is at the control room looking at the movements of the students, that problem should have been stopped. Because the CCTV cameras were showing the movement of the kids when they are starting the fire and all that. I think we need to ensure that all our schools have proper CCTV cameras covering various and critical places, but we also need to ensure that those schools, our schools, have control rooms where the watchman, instead of having a watchman at the gate, you have the watchman sitting at the CCTV room, control room, and he can be able to see what is happening around the school. That is more useful to the security of the school than one person sitting at one gate, yet the danger is inside through students that may have been radicalized to do the wrong things. I'm using this forum to really create this awareness because I know some people are following what we are saying here. It's important for us to ensure that this is taken care of and we take the safety of our students very seriously. Let's invest in the safety of our kids. Because when we see fires in schools, parents are really become fidgety. They become, many parents are not sleeping now in their houses, in their room, in their homes. Especially when their children are in boarding schools. They are worried. We need to give them that assurance by making sure that our schools are safe places for our children. I want to say that as you go to the world, those of you who have started your journey out there, go ye and conquer the world. Don't become citizens of Kenya alone, become citizens of the world. Some of you are sitting here, I am very sure. In the early years, we used to be told, ukisoma sana unafika Nairobi. Yeah? Soma unakuwa mtu mkubwa. Now, we are saying that this education that you have has become it will become the key for you to conquer the world. I am confident, like the way Bishop spoke here. Some of you wataenda kusoma, nikikuja New York, in my older years, nikuje huko London, and it's not so far. Some of these students who are sitting here, in less than 5 years, they will be in London, New York, South Africa, where? All over the world. It took me between leaving Form 4 and traveling abroad. It took me about 4 years. Because I left in 1998, joined the university, 2000, yeah, and in 2002 I made my first trip to Netherlands, yeah, for a student conference. And then since then I have traveled all over the world. And even way before I became in these positions that we have. And I must say, some of us who go to study out of the country, I went to school in South Africa, I went to school in the US, and many, many people here have studied all over the world. I want you to open your mind. Don't think about living here in Kabianga University and then coming to teach here. It's not bad. A few of you will do that. But most of you should think about living here, going to Nairobi, go to Dar es Salaam, go to New York, go to Tokyo, go to Beijing, go to other parts of the world, go to Australia, Sydney, and other places. Explore the world, get knowledge, build our country when you come back. I will conclude by saying that as I conclude, I want to thank the leadership of this county. I want to thank the governor, Mheshimiwa Nelson, all the MCAs who are present for the partnership, good working relationship we have together. I'm always happy to come back to Kericho here. But Mheshimiwa Governor, the President signed into law the Disaster Risk Management Bill. And I want to say here that now that bill is law. That bill makes you, Bwana Governor, the chairman of Disaster Management Committee in the county committee. And the county commissioner is your member. You are sitting with him in the same committee, and it brings together heads of national and county government. As you chair your meeting this week, going forward, let us ensure that all our institutions in all of our country, across the country, let's ensure that they are compliant. They are following the safety measures. We are averting disasters across. I saw some leaders the other day rushing after the Utumishi issue, rushing to TV and giving lectures. I want them to go back and read the law and find a place of their responsibility and go back to their constituencies and ensure that their institution in where they have been elected are compliant and are following the law. I want to encourage the standards and quality assurance officers in the Ministry of Education to ensure that these standards are also being adhered to. Let me also caution political leaders. Let us do our politics in a very organized manner. This idea of banning people's shops, banning somebody, like the other day, this lady called Rachel Wandeto, who was banned for expressing her political views. And all this violence we see all over, that is where our children are picking these bad behaviors of banning dormitories and banning their colleagues. So it is the bad example we are setting in the very poor politics we have, with the bankruptcy of ideas we have, that has led to the society that is become what it is, become violent because our children are copying from us as parents and leaders. I want to ask the county commissioner to make sure that you convene the meeting of the national government officials, including in the Ministry of Education, and make sure that all our schools, only 200 schools are in Kericho, high schools. And maybe out of those high schools, maybe about 100 and something are boarding. And why does it become so difficult to assess about 100 schools and make sure that they are compliant to protect our children and to protect our country? Kwa hivyo nataka kusema pongezi sana, nimeongea mengi, nimekuja hapa leo kusherekea na nyinyi, na nimeambiwa kwamba nisaidiane na nyinyi kuhakikisha shule yetu inasonga mbele. Sasa nimepewa changamoto kidogo. Nimeambiwa, I have been told you need a swimming pool. Can you swim kwa hii weather? Ama you want also the swimming pool to be a heated swimming pool? I have been shown the budget by chairman wenu Bwana Nixon Sigei. Nimeona mko na budget ya 20 million kujenga swimming pool ya kisasa. Mara yangu ya kwanza kuenda mchango ya kujenga swimming pool nilienda ya Moi Girls about a few months ago with Mama Ida Odinga and others, and I learned a lot about what a swimming pool can do in the life of students in terms of mental health, sports, partnership, teamwork, and so forth. And so I am not ashamed to say I want to partner with you in building your swimming pool here. Now I have challenged the board of management, including the principal, to call a dinner for alumni, okay? And make sure that they raise money from your alumni. Shule ya 1955. Iko na watu wadosi kwa kubwa kubwa, wabunge, sijui ma MDs, ma managers, nini. That dinner, during that dinner, I will be the chief guest. You know, I will be the chief guest. And I have already committed myself with my friends 5 million shillings towards the construction of that swimming pool. Yeah. So, sasa ni shauri yako bwana chair na alumni weke August ni mbali, aweke mwezi wa 6 mwisho ama